Hey everybody, check out this newspaper clipping that I found. Way back in 1977, a teenager named Joe Hayden announced that he was going to try and break the record for most chess games played simultaneously. Joe wanted to duel 180 other players all at once at a mall in New Jersey. So he contacted local newspapers and they ran a whole bunch of stories promoting the event. All the papers were talking about how Joe was a chess whiz and he's been playing forever and this is going to be like a super cool event and you can't miss it. And oh, by the way, if you want to be one of the 180 people that Joe's going to play against, then please get in contact with him because he's actually looking for volunteers. So all seemed well at first for our friend Joe until the day of the event rolled around and it looks like only 20 people showed up. We're pretty far away from 180. But Joe, he kept his spirits high and he put on a brave face and he went on with the event and he went out there and he promptly lost 18 out of the 20 matches. His only 2 victories were against his mom and a guy that quit halfway through the game because he wanted to go shop at the mall. According to Joe, it was just really hard to concentrate. Despite the bad record, though, Joe was pretty humble about the whole thing. He told the papers that he had actually learned a lot about his limitations and that he'd made a whole bunch of new friends to play chess with. So, hey, maybe this wasn't such an embarrassment after all. Maybe Joe actually came out of this thing with his head held high. Well, not according to most of the newspapers. See, you might have heard of this story before you clicked on this video. I'm willing to bet that pretty much none of you have seen just how funny some of the headlines about this event were. Like, for example, Chess Whiz gets rooked. Chess records are in no jeopardy. His dream of chess immortality was only a castle in the sand. Joe just isn't the player he thought he was. You can also find a whole bunch of little sports record books making fun of Joe. Like, how about this one that's calling Joe the champion chump? Or this one that literally drew a picture of Joe beating his mom in one of his only 2 victories. But out of all the articles about Joe's failure, my favorite is this one that has a quick rundown of what Joe's opponents had to say about him. Like John Sataki of Turnersville says that Joe is a sharp player, even if he did get in a little over his head this time. And Ballard Ritchie of Hamilton says that Joe played his opening beautifully and clearly knows a lot about chess, despite the loss. And finally, Stowell Fulton, age 7, told the newspapers that checkmating Joe was easy peasy and that it only took a couple moves. Thanks for watching.